Louisiana Beer Reviews, Goose Island Bourbon County Brand Stout 2016 edition since 1992. Bought by Anheuser-Busch InBev in 2011. Intense aromas of charred oak, vanilla, caramel, and smoke. 500 milliliter bottle, or 1 pint, 0.9 ounces. Develops in the bottle up to 5 years. Okay, the original bourbon aged stout. It's from Chicago, Illinois, at their original brewery. Bottled on September 16th of 2016. Now this bottle says 13.8% alcohol. And it's saying enjoying a snifter. Okay, I have something that's somewhat like a snifter. More of a tulip, but this is from another Anheuser-Busch InBev company. So, Negro Modelo. I have a small snifter, but I want to put it in something that'll show the beer better. Yeah, this was sent to me by a Grupo Modelo about 2 years ago when I did that cooking video series. I have 2 fried eggs, Swiss cheese, sausage, sliced onions, and I have some Dave's Insanity sauce in there. Just a little bitty dot of that. You might say that's no kind of hot sauce. Believe me, with Dave's Insanity, you want to put 1 dot, and that dot was too big. That drop was too big. And I did also put some black pepper on it. All right. So I could be using a knife right now. All right. The 2014 John Sharon brought this to me from Indiana. Awesome. And it was 13.8% alcohol. The 2015 we bought here came into Mathern's. It was $10.99 plus tax, and it was rated at 14.3. So I noticed there were 2 ABV levels on this one, 13.8 and 14.3, and I got the 14.3. Unfortunately, as you know, the barley wine was spoiled. I did get a refund on that. They said, promise us that you'll revisit the barley wine for 2016. Well, I went to keep my promise. I went to Dornack Saturday. They said, oh, it's not coming in. I'm not going to save this bottle. I can't save all these bottles constantly. It says it's not coming in until Monday. So I'm sure when I go back to check on it, it'll be gone. I'm not running behind these beers. We couldn't get it in this town. The barley wine did not come into this town. So if I don't get it, I don't get it. It's just tough luck. I'd like to, though. The manager at Mathern said this sold out in 1 day. 1 day it was gone. So that's why I got there at like early in the morning to get it. This one is rated 13.8, so I would have liked to have gotten the 14.3, but maybe they only had 13.8 for the 2016 vintage. The brewmaster is Jared Jankowski, and it contains wheat. I wrote some notes down for it. 60 international bitterness units. They use 2-row, black, caramel, chocolate, Munich tin, and roasted barley malt plus wheat. Apparently, Millennium hops are the only hops. Okay. I have this 1996 Athlon's. I forgot to show the 95 Athlon's national issue. I'll show that next. I'll go back in time a little bit. Southeastern Conference, LSU contenders again. Well, they did win the Peach Bowl in '96, beating Clemson. Get a Motorola cell phone. What has changed in 20 years? A lot, as you know. Well, Jack Daniels, I've never tried that. Apparently it's a popular item. And they have some good feature articles. Draft back in its heyday when it was top selling beer. And the Florida Gators, that was their powerful years. And in 1996, they won a national championship, right? Danny Werfel. Okay, anyway, already prayed. Let's get on to this. Oh yeah, don't taste and have coffee too. Don't let me make that big mistake. Get the shadow off my face. The hat. Alright, not much head. You're not going to get much head of foam on these kind of things. Thin little beige head and a dark black appearance. Let's see, with the light shining at it over here, no, it's still pretty black. This is just a black beer. Dark brown, why it's got to be black. Okay. Can I have to go to a grocery store in a little bit? I won't drink this all at once. It's rich. It's super sweet. Lots of malt, coconut. Almost like a liqueur, right? You can buy those liqueurs at the store. I wouldn't say the liquor store in Louisiana. We really, around here, we just have stores. The grocery store, Walmart, they all sell hard liquor, wine, and beer. So we don't really have liquor stores. I know other states are tightly regulated. It's rich. It's similar to the 2014 and 2015. Dark cherry, black cherry, dark roasted malts, not charred, rich, some molasses, little licorice, black licorice, a little bit, not much, some prunes. Hey, you want some alcoholic prune juice? There's bitterness, but with 60 IBUs and this being 13.8, you're not going to perceive a whole lot of bitterness. I guess I'll count this as 2 beers on the day's quota. Usually drink 22 to 24 12-ounce beers a week, but this will have to count as 2, right? The mouthfeel, as you would imagine, the body is heavy, syrupy. The finish is a little wet. I mean, I can feel it in my stomach already. It's just like, ooh. But it is cold. I guess you might want to warm it, but it's enjoyable cold, let me tell you. I have to get some food here. Okay, so yeah, it's an A+ item. 80 world class. Beer Advocate rate beer, they're saying world class, the top possible score available. Basically a perfect item. Anheuser-Busch InBev wanted to buy Goose Island because they made great products and they want to get their hand in it. Same thing with Elysium and so many others. It pairs well with the breakfast here just after 5:30 now. The Dave's extremely hot insanity sauce. The onions, the sweet and spiciness from the onions. Now, generally I drink coffee with breakfast, not beer, right? But I like to do these sometimes. They're kind of fun and quirky and strange and different. But let's just say I was in the habit of drinking beer with breakfast, which I'm not, but let's just say I was. I think I would probably drink Budweiser from Anheuser-Busch InBev, because I think a lager like that, especially a rice lager, offsets really spicy food a little better. But I don't happen to be reviewing that at this time. Let's see about with the Swiss cheese. The second it came in contact with my taste buds, really goes well with the Swiss cheese. So, it hasn't really changed. It's just a really strong, super sweet, and I think a lot of people are going to find it unpleasantly sweet. In my case, once a year is good enough. On an everyday basis, obviously, for an everyday drinker, I would pick Budweiser 10 out of 10 times, okay? For a specialty, once a year exploration in ultra gourmet beers, yeah, this is one to get. It was $9.99 plus tax this year. I noticed the price dropped $1. Last year it was $10.99. Today, this week, $9.99. And it came up to $10.99 after tax. We have 10% tax here in this parish. So, you could argue that Budweiser is a world-class beer within the style, American adjunct rice lager. I mean, you might say, and when I say that to the video, I'm thinking of like things people would say, wow, that's a totally different beer. Well, obviously, I think we know that. You're going to sit here on camera and say that Budweiser is a world-class beer within the style? Yeah, within the style, maybe a style you don't care for, but for the adjunct rice lager, yeah, I mean, what flaws does it have? I don't know. You tell me. I'm not perceiving any. Oh, excuse me. For this Super Imperial Bourbon County barrel-aged, and honestly, I would rather have one that's not barrel-aged, okay? If you won't be techno. I would rather have one that's 13 to 14% Imperial Stout that's straight, not bourbon barrel-aged, okay? But a lot of people are really deeply into that, and if that's a personal preference issue. For what it is, the barrel-aged, it's fine, it's good. I would prefer not to have the bourbon. The personal preference issue does not reflect upon the quality of the product. The quality of the product is pristine. It is a world-class beer. I was saying A+, that's a little too low. It's above an A+. It's one of the handful of beers I've reviewed that are truly world-class. If they had flaws last year with the infection, that was a production issue. It's inexcusable, but it happened. At least they stepped up to the plate by giving me my $11 back last year off the barley wine. So you can't really argue with that customer service. All right, so we're going to do a hangout this Thursday night talking about beer bottle labeling and how a lot of beer bottle and can labeling is highly questionable. And, you know, people say, we want respect. Beer deserves respect just like wine and liquor. But yet you're going to name your brewery Clown Shoes. But this is a stately, elegant bottle design that's worthy of respect. Same thing with Budweiser. Respect. When they were doing the geckos and the frogs, Budweiser, they were being ridiculed. The brand started to decline, and you know, you do questionable things like that, and you devalue your image, the brand's image. But that's another topic. So, Laissez Le Bon Temps Relais, fantastic. I don't know about world class here, but certainly enjoyable. Serviceable coffee. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to New Orleans.